For real. No fooling, no kidding. Now you can go the slow route by not doing the work. And you be in your mama and daddy house in the basement, depending on them until you're 55 years old or something. Because you won't ever develop the skills to survive out here. Because reality ain't your mama and your daddy. Follow me? The boss that you work for, that ain't your daddy. He'll fire your ass. You catch you smoking some weed and wash when you out of here. You can't go, you smoke some weed now and you got busted, then you can go to your bedroom and play your little Xboxes. That shit ain't happening in the real world. And you gotta get with that. You see? Nor can you still be stuck in this superhero thing, thinking that none of the reality pertains to you. That's the male ego. You're not exempt. Who are you? You think you exempt from reality? Who you kidding? You follow me?
Yes.
You try to do some of that make-believe shit that Superman do, see what happens to you. Follow what I'm saying? Okay. So you're always at risk to be a fool to the degree that you don't know yourself. And you won't know yourself well until you probably 60, 65 years old, right? Now, do you want to wait that long, or do you want to get busy?
Get busy now.
You get busy now, that's right. Because your brain, you got stamina, this is the time to get busy. In your adolescence, this is the best time of your life. Trust me. You ain't got to do nothing. Your mom and daddy taking care of you, they're feeding you. In most of the cases, you got all this time. And this time should be used, you see, to grow up inside. Not just pissed away playing videos and watching TV all night and shit like that. Kicking it with your homies and shit like that. You follow what I'm saying? Yeah, chase a few girls, I ain't getting all that stuff, but don't get this shit twisted. You know, having a girlfriend is not even knowing yourself. Has nothing to do with it. Are you with me? Having your driver's license, that ain't self-knowledge. You just got a driver's license. You ain't grew up inside. And that's what you're talking about. Yeah. And as we go through this, son, remember where you were years ago and see the difference, right? Mm-hmm. And take it in from where you're at now. All right, first thing is called self-analysis. The purpose of self-analysis to enable you to observe yourself. It's self-observation. You got to observe yourself. You see, you got to create a little distance and from your patterns of behavior, observe yourself. You got to start looking and seeing if you are who you think you are. This is deep now. We're going to go Sogai. You remember Sogai, right?
A little bit.
Deep knowledge, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You got to see if your self-image that you have of yourself, you got to see if that's true. In other words, are you who you think you are? And you do this not judging yourself. See, it's not about beating up on yourself. It's not about judging yourself so much. It's about seeing the truth. See, you want to see the truth. Because if you don't see the truth about yourself, then you will be living based on a lie. And a life lived based on a lie is never going to have a good outcome. You follow me? It never works. Because it's a lie. It's inconsistent with reality. Remember the thing we're trying to do, we're trying to get in harmony with reality. You follow me?
Yes, sir.
Like we dance, we get in step with that girl.
Mm-hmm.
You got to dance with reality. You got to get in step. Are you with me?
Yes.
Or you get stepped on. Simple. So you got to make some kind of commitment to yourself, not to me, not to nobody else, to yourself. That to the very best of your ability, you're going to try to live your life based on the truth and nothing but the truth. So help me God. You follow me?
Yes, sir.
That's the only time God is going to help you, if you're really down with the truth. You see? Will you get it perfectly? You may not get it perfectly, but you got to be coming from that place psychologically, right? Truth. Yes, sir.
What if you can't handle the truth, like no matter
Then you
what?
will never know the truth. If you can't handle the truth, you're out of here. If you can't handle the truth, you're a candidate for mental, emotional dysfunctionality. Because truth ain't gonna change just because you can't handle it. You follow me? Winter gonna roll around. If you can't handle the cold, you'll freeze. Simple. But your inability to handle winter is not gonna say, well, we're gonna freeze all these other people, we're gonna skip over you. That ain't how that goes. You see, reality. You see, it is what it is. And either you can adapt, cope with it, and the truth is reality. Truth, reality, I use these terms synonymously, you see? One and the same thing. Now, we all have been endowed with the ability to get in harmony with the truth. It's just a matter of you making that a priority. Are you with me? Rather than relying on living your life based on lies and bullshit. You see? But most people gonna do that. Are you with me? They'll pretend everything is hunky-dory. And everything ain't hunky-dory. You follow what I'm saying? You just saying that shit to impress other people. It ain't even true. It ain't even nowhere close to true. See, lying to others, that's bad enough. But worse than that is when you lie to yourself. When you fail to tell yourself the truth, you become insane. You become psychotic. You follow me? Never bullshit yourself. Ever. Bullshit me, bullshit everybody that's around. Never bullshit yourself. Yes, sir.
My biggest problem is like procrastination.
Ah, I like that.
And I have no idea how to start.
I like
I'm
that.
serious.
You hold that one for me. We're gonna work that in because that's a big one.
For real.
Yeah, that's a big one. So you will say like, if I'm thinking that, for instance, you can say, well, I'm very, just to use your example, let's say I tell people, you know, I'm a go-getter, I get things done, I don't waste no time. But I'm telling you that to impress you. Actually, I'm a procrastinator.
Yeah.
I like to hold shit off until the last minute. See, that's, now see what I've done in that moment,
That's what I'm saying.
I've examined myself, right? And to see if my propaganda about myself lines up with how I really am, how I really function, without condemning myself, right? So if I saw that there's a conflict between what I'm telling people and how I am, I'm in a position now to correct that conflict. Are you with me? It's not about beating up on yourself at all. It's understanding yourself. You see? So you want to begin this process of self-analysis so that you can begin to observe yourself. And basically what you want to begin to see, am I who I'm telling people I am? You see? Because we all have this, what we call ego mythology. We make up a story about ourselves that ain't even true. You know? And we make up this story to impress people. It's just my propaganda. I'm not even against that. You understand? Necessarily. Because we have to come up with a persona, a personality, such that we can recruit others' interest and attention in us. You see? Fair game. You see? But don't confuse it. Don't think your propaganda is who you are. It's propaganda. It's just shit I'm telling you. It's my ego myth. It's my ego act. It's an act. I'm acting. You see? So if I'm with a girl, right, or anything, that's an act. Cause I'm acting a certain way so I can get that, you know what? You understand what I'm saying? So I'm acting all nice and lovey-dovey, right? But that ain't really what's going down here, right? Right? It's like that. It's your ego act. And what you notice is this, and make a note to yourself. Identify, feel in yourself, observe that when you want to get your way with someone, you come up with an act. Now notice that, right? You come up with an act, just perfectly crafted for that moment, for the fulfillment of getting that particular desire. And when it's done, the act drops. You know, now fix me a sandwich.
That's me.
Right?
Right.
Right? Go ahead.
So what is it when you can perfectly craft that act all the time,
Yeah.
and then you actually get stuck in it? You don't.
You get
drop it.
identified with it, right? You get identified with it. You become what we call deluded. That's the start. You trap because now you actually think you are all of that in a bag of chips when you're not. You see, and usually the other thing that happens, you can do that in relationships that are casual, superficial, girlfriend, boyfriend shit. But in marriage, you can't keep your act up all the time. You follow me? It's easier to keep your act up with people that are not in your life to that degree. Like with your parents, you can't keep up no act.
No.
And this is what makes it difficult to deal with your parents because you're trying to bring your act in the house, and we ain't having that shit.
Right.
Be your act out there with them little kids you with. Don't be bringing your act up in here. Because your parents know it. It's an act.
Perfect example. How you talk to your friends and
Yeah.
how you talk to your parents.
Yeah, you
Sometimes
want to do
get,
that.
You get stuck in that.
You get stuck. You get confused. And then your parents will let you know, this is an act. What you doing? You
Yeah.
understand? This ain't you. This ain't even real. You out here acting like you're a thug. You ain't no thug. You're going to get your little ass killed. Drop this act. So your parents serve you in that respect. Your siblings serve you in that respect. And if you got good friends, they'll serve you in that respect too. Kids that you don't grow up with that know you, cousins, relatives.
But if you're deluded, those are the friends that you
But if
drop.
you become too over-identified with that act, if you start thinking that your ego act is you, identical to you, then you're in trouble. Then you are deluded. You follow me? You are self-deluded.
I think I'm deluded. I'm not gonna lie
Of
to
course.
you.
I talk about adolescent delusion. You see? And that's a good thing. That's a very honest thing. So you have to see that it's an act, but you have to get quiet. See, some of this you have to get quiet, like in meditation, contemplation. You gotta sit and you really gotta reflect carefully and honestly. So you have to be honest to do this work. You can't be overprotected of your act. Are you with me?